I was talking to the guy from Biafra today. Then they are saying that Fulanis has no place in Nigeria. Fulanis don't have any land in Nigeria. But you have to, they talk about themselves. They say they are indigenous in Nigeria. Okay, we do agree with that. But Fulanis are the aboriginal people of Africa itself. Africa is the land of the nomadic people. The nomadic people, like the Fulanis, like the Tutsis, like the Banyamuleng, like the Tuareg, like the Amazi. These are the ones that was living in Africa before. If you check all the ancient artifacts that we find in Africa, it's talk about cows and goats, things like that. People that was living through, people that was like herdsmen. So in Nigeria, a lot of people of Nigeria come from Asia, near China and Japan. Like the Igbos may came from the Caucasus or Caucasus, between Caucasus and China. Because if you check the Caucasus region, Azerbaijan and Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, this kind of country, you will find that they are nearly empty. There are no people there. Mongolia, the land is too big, but they don't even reach 2 million people, because the people that was living there had been moved by themselves. The people of Nigeria, the Beni people, these came from China and Japan. That side. If you check them, you will see where they come from. The Igbos, the true Igbos, they came from near around there, because even the physical feature goes back to Asia. For example, this man is a Igbo man. You see his physical feature. These guys came from Asia. This girl too is from Igbo. Is a Igbo's girl. You came from there. The Beni people too, if you check them, they are very Asiatic people. They came from there. And even your language, a lot of language in the south of Nigeria, the language that you talk is Chinese, like Mandarin language. And your behavior like itself and your belief system, you believe that you see like you are come from the heaven. Your ancestor was in the heaven, thing like that. That is Asiatic kind of belief. The Yorubas, they say themselves they come from Saudi Arabia. The Hausas, in their own oral traditional story, they say they come from Baghdad. Baba Jida was the ancestor. He moved from there because an altercation with the Ottoman Empire. So, and you take, for example, the Biafra people, the Igbos people, they are in the south. They don't even know where they come from. Because sometimes they want to say they have been moved through the desert and go down or push down. So that's a lie. They don't even know all Nigeria. If you check their culture, the way they wear their clothes, it show you that they never had been in the desert land. And even the physical features, they are heavy. They are heavy, and they talk loud. All of this kind of type of people show you that they never been through desert. Wow. So when they say how they get there, why a lot of community in Africa, tribal tribe, are in the coast from Congo to Senegal, like in the coast. They are they are spread in the coast, and they don't know the story. They have no trust back before the 19th century. The more ancient trust, the roots, you cannot find any artifact of them before the 19th century. Now they want to make history for themselves. If you take, for example, the Efik people that who are living in the Calabar region, the Efik in the traditional story, they say they come from Palestine. But now everybody wants to have root in Africa because they call the continent Africa, but it's not the real name of that continent. If you check the physical feature of the ancient Egyptians, it is the physical feature of the nomadic people. And the culture of that continent was the nomadic culture. Because it is our land. That's why you say we don't have village. The one who make village, that shows that you are alien. When you came somewhere, you cut some part of the land and sit there, that means you are alien once. The owner of the land, he move everywhere. You don't need to cut the land. If you leave Nigeria, there are no more Igbos. You find Igbos only in Nigeria. You find Yorubas only in Nigeria. You find Ewe only in Togo and somewhere in little part of Nigeria. You find them like that. These people, each of them, sit in a small part of the continent. They are not even full habited, a full region. They are on sometimes in very small cities. And now, when they say colonization, when they say the British Army came and colonized Nigeria, when they came, more than 80% of Nigeria was ruled by the Fulanis. They followed the Sokoto Empire. What they did, they tried to erase the story of the Aboriginal people, the real owner. So they set up fake stories that have no root at all, that have no proof at all, to give them right on the land. Then they start blood mixing with us. If you check the Igbos, there are some Igbos tribe that are Fulani in the origin. There are some tribe in the 20 tribe of Yoruba. There are some of them that are rooted in the Fulanis. And so. When they came, the people that was near the coast, they blood mix with them. They take their women. Sometimes they kidnap them to make their own baby, to get right on the land. Because to have right on the land, you have to come through a woman of that land. This is what they keep doing since more than 100 years now. And the Hausas, for example, they reverse the whole story. They talk about 7 Hausa kingdoms. That's a lie. Even the Hausa language is some kind of Fulani language. Some form of Fulani language. Because the Fulanis had many different language before. Right now we are talking. We are using only the bigger, the original one, the big one. But before we had some little. You see, some part of the Fulanis for the continent, some type of Fulani will develop some ways of talking. You see, but it is the same language. The Hausa has been made by the Fulanis that is called Sulubawa in Hausa language. The Sulubawa, they are in Niger and Gobi. They are there. No, in Katsina, in Katsina and in Niger. They are the one that developed that language. But when the British Army came, it was these black people. It was not white people. If you agree with the Great Reset that had take place nearly 300 or 400 years ago, you cannot accept these fake stories of colonization, because we are not colonized by white people. It was black people. If we check all the armies that came and fight in Africa to take control, there was black. When they overcome, they set up and make up tribes and ethnies.